Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with a severe weather update. We have an enhanced risk for severe weather today that covers south central Nebraska, western Kansas, and the very far extreme eastern edge of Colorado. We have a slight risk for severe weather today that covers south central South Dakota, central Nebraska, far eastern Colorado, parts of western Kansas, the central panhandle of Oklahoma, and the very far extreme north central part of the panhandle of Texas. We have a margin risk that surrounds that today that covers far eastern Wyoming, most of South Dakota, far western and east central Nebraska, eastern Colorado, central Kansas, parts of northwestern Oklahoma, and north central part of the panhandle of Texas. And the tornado threat is less than 2% in all areas, so there's not really a tornado threat for today. So, going to the wind threat for today, we have a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that covers south central Nebraska, western Kansas, and the very far extreme east central edge of Colorado. We have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that covers south central South Dakota, central Nebraska, far eastern Colorado, parts of western Kansas, the central panhandle of Oklahoma, and the very far extreme north central part of the panhandle of Texas. We have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that covers far eastern Wyoming, most of South Dakota, far western and east central Nebraska, eastern Colorado, central Kansas, northwestern Oklahoma, and the north central part of the panhandle of Texas. Now, if you look at the black dashed areas in south central Nebraska, northwestern Kansas, and the very far extreme east central edge of Colorado, the black dashed circled area is where we have a 10% chance or higher of seeing hurricane-force wind gusts of 74 miles per hour or higher. So, that's the wind threat. Going to the hail threat for today, we have a 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today that covers south central South Dakota and north central Nebraska. We have a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today that covers far eastern Wyoming, most of South Dakota, most of Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, and northwestern Kansas. So, going over to the summary, the most favorable corridor for damaging thunderstorm gusts, some potentially exceeding 70 miles per hour, will be late this afternoon and evening from parts of southwestern and south central Nebraska, across western Kansas, and extreme eastern Colorado. So, that's today's outlook. Excuse me. Going to tomorrow's outlook, we have a margin risk for severe weather tomorrow that covers southeastern Virginia, most of North Carolina, and north central South Carolina. So, going to the tornado threat for tomorrow, the tornado threat is less than 2% in all areas, so there's not really a tornado threat tomorrow. It is less than 2% in all areas, so for tomorrow, so there's not really a tornado threat tomorrow either. So, going to the wind threat for tomorrow, we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher tomorrow that covers southeastern Virginia, most of North Carolina, and north central South Carolina. So, now going to the hail threat for tomorrow, it is less than 5% in all areas, so there's not really a hail threat tomorrow. So, really the biggest threat for tomorrow within the marginal is the gusty winds. So, going to the summary for tomorrow, isolated strong to severe thunderstorms are possible across portions of the mid-Atlantic on Saturday, which is tomorrow. So, that's all I got for today. So, stay safe in the affected areas both today and tomorrow, and I will have another update tomorrow. Take care.